Imagine a 19-year-old boy evading the law, stealing planes, boats, and cars, all while leaving his barefoot prints as a signature. This is the story of Colton Harris-Moore, the barefoot bandit. Born in the Pacific Northwest, Moore was far from the typical teenager. His nickname, the Barefoot Bandit, was not a result of childhood mischief, but his infamous criminal activities. His daring deeds were not just confined to his hometown. They reached across states and beyond national borders. What made Moore stand out in the criminal world was his audacity, evident not just in his crime's magnitude, but in his signature as well. Frequently, he would leave behind barefoot prints at the crime scenes, an audacious challenge to the police on his tail. His bravery, paired with his knack for eluding capture, transformed him into a modern-day legend. His audacious crimes and evasion of law enforcement agencies made him a modern-day folk hero. Born in 1991 in Camano Island, Washington, Colton's life was notably unconventional from the very beginning. His formative years were characterized by, due to a turbulent home situation, a financially stressed mother, and an inconsistent schooling experience. The expansive wilderness surrounding his domicile served as his playground where he sharpened his survival strategies. Early encounters with the law commenced when he was a tender age of 12, an incident that predicted the trajectory his life would take. In spite of the adversities, his mother, dealing with her own troubles, served as a significant pillar, attempting to guide him away from the seemingly path of crime. However, the allure of the untamed wild and the adrenaline rush of the chase had a stronger pull. The circumstances around him pushed this young lad further into a life of crime. And thus began the journey of a boy, pushed by circumstance into a life of crime. In 2008, a string of burglaries began, all marked by barefoot prints. The myth of the barefoot bandit came to life. The young Colton Harris-Moore was behind these crimes. He had a taste for grandeur, and luxury items became his loot. His method was as unique as his choice of loot. He'd slip into a house, enjoy some food, watch TV, then vanish, often with the homeowner's car. Cars were just the start. Moore had a fascination with flight, and without any formal education, he stole 3 airplanes. His ability to elude the police was legendary. His barefoot imprints were his trademark, confounding the police. As his fame grew, so did his audacity, and Moore became a symbol of audacious defiance. With growing fame came attention. Law enforcement agencies worldwide were after him, but Moore remained elusive, continuing his escapades. As his legend grew, so did his audacity, culminating in his most daring act yet. In July 2010, the Barefoot Bandit took his final flight. Amid the glaring summer, Colton Harris-Moore was in Indiana, eyeing a Cessna 400. With no formal training, he relied on self-learned skills and audacious resolve to steal the plane. Over the Bahamas' azure sea, the engine failed, forcing a crash landing on a sandy beach. The news of the stolen plane and crash echoed worldwide, spurring an international manhunt. Moore's daring feats gripped the world. Law enforcement from across the globe collaborated to catch the notorious bandit. The chase was no longer local, it was a global sensation. After intense searching, Moore was captured in Harbor Island, Bahamas. He was discovered barefoot, his audacious signature. The thrill of the chase and audacious flights were at an end. The Barefoot Bandit's flight had finally come to an end. From the woods of Washington to the sun-soaked Bahamas, the Barefoot Bandit's journey was as breathtaking as it was audacious. Colton Harris-Moore's capture marked the end of an era. The once elusive Barefoot Bandit, now incarcerated, had kept officers on edge. His trial, a spectacle, gripped media and public alike. Moore admitted to 7 crimes, including burglary and identity theft. The punishment? More than 7 years in the federal penitentiary. From his cell, his narrative continued to fascinate. Views were split. Was he a modern Robin Hood or a glorified thief? Amidst the debate, his mother, to profit from his fame, selling his childhood keepsakes on eBay. After serving his sentence, Moore emerged into a world both intrigued and repelled by his actions. He wasn't just the boy from Camano Island anymore. He was the Barefoot Bandit, an emblem of rebellion, audacity, and a constant reminder of fame's precarious edge. Despite his notorious legacy, the Barefoot Bandit's story serves as a stark reminder of a young boy's journey into infamy.